Craft the narrative. We remain students of the human experience. We continuously listen and respond to our employees' voices and to the needs of people. We tell the stories of the data, the workforce, Wisconsin's employers, and our fellow well-being strategists.
WCWI is living out the guiding principle, craft the narrative, in listening to our members. What's the pulse of their experience with their own workforce? What are the nuances? What are the challenges? What are the positive things that are occurring out there in Wisconsin's workforce in relation to employee experiences with well-being?
We definitely believe the narrative of employee well-being has shifted and that it is now more important than ever to give our teammates a voice and to allow them to be a part of key decisions.
And so it's never been a question about if to provide wellness. It's always been a question about how to provide wellness. And that's always been the hardest thing to answer is how do you provide wellness for all these people in different scenarios, working in different environments, and making it accessible to everybody.
One of our strategies in storytelling that we found, we have just this year infused volunteerism into our wellness incentive. And all you have to do is just tell us what you did. And what we found was just incredible treasure trove of amazing stories that are happening nationwide. I have the honor of reading these stories and providing credit for everyone and also helping our communications team select which ones will elevate. I honestly cry almost every day reading these stories. They are so powerful. And one tedious task that we'll probably do this year is look at all the different organizations that our employees are getting engaged with across the nation to help inform what might we elevate. What are they most interested? What are the trends that we're seeing that our employees are valuing?
So by listening and responding to our employees' voices and needs, we have allowed employees to take more ownership in guiding our organization.
You know, we're constantly listening and learning from our employers, our members, our well-being strategists. Well-being strategists can bring to light those challenges and barriers that they're facing within their organizations. And WCWI is unique because we have employers across the state in different industries and different sectors.
So in December of 2021, we administered the burnout survey with our team. The first thing that stood out to me was the fact that almost 100% of our team completed that survey, which told me they had something to say and they wanted to be heard. I like to think I have my finger on the pulse of what's happening with my group, but I was stunned to find that the majority were dealing with a major life trauma. And they were dealing with feelings of depression, financial stress, fear of failure, and the majority admitted to using unhealthy coping mechanisms. So I knew we needed to do something. And so the first thing I did was I took that aggregate report and I shared it with our leadership team, and I also shared it with our collaborative employee committees.
Leadership is very interested in being involved in these discussions and sharing their own wellness experiences to help really craft the narrative. We are building on this feedback that we receive so we can make well-being personal to each individual and a program that really makes an impact for our associates and their family members.
And we'd talk about their needs, and then I was able to kind of hear, okay, what well-being needs are actually in that problem? And then we could kind of create either a training or some type of little skill session for their team.
If things are great, that's great. But when things aren't, that we have the courage to say, what can I help you with? And what resources are available to give you? And that the employer is a partner in helping support the individual in a holistic way.
It was a suggestion from an employee that we start our own mental health support group. So we moved forward, and I'm happy to say that we are in our 7th month of holding this mental wellness support group, and the average attendance is 75% of our group. We needed to close our phones during this meeting so that everybody who wanted to could attend. So the benefits have been more than I had ever dreamed they would be. And as a business owner, I believe it is my responsibility to support the well-being of my teammates. And I believe that the work environment is a perfect place to provide education, resources, and support.
We're listening, we're observing, we're really taking to heart this principle of craft the narrative, because that's how we make progress and how we make impact and change.